Hello guys, my name is Mekalo. Welcome back to another Vanguard video. Today we have the Garlic Jr. showcase. This is his stats, aren't they cool? Garlic Jr. is, to my knowledge, a power type character. He feels very powerful to release. He starts off with 3 bars of ki. Honestly, he's a pretty decent character, all things considered. For a power type character, he's a surprisingly normal ki, like normal short dash cost. You think he'll be like a semi-slow type, which I thought he was at first. I remember there was a patch where he was. I think they kind of buffed him. Yeah, this is his key boss buttons. His short dash key boss is 4, his jumping key boss is 4. His jumping charge key boss, oh, I fucked it up. This character's jumping charge key boss is obviously power type. His moving charge key boss is homing, and his normal is also homing. I wonder if they're called in game. Of course, this character does not have step and sway, but he does have step in rolling camera, and step and sweep, obviously, step and left strike. Of course, off of his sweep or ground slash, he does get tornado slash. Does not gain access to his obviously better aerial slash. Of course, for his air combo, he does have the slow jump homing dash to the opponent instead of the teleport. But that's A-okay, he's a big brawler character. For his rush chains, he has 1 heavy finish, 2 rolling camera, 3 rolling camera, and finally 4 key boss cannon. I do not know how Goku blocked that shit. I was smashing my ass off. Of course, this character does not have the best combo ability, but he is a power type character. He does do some pretty good damage on his buttons. He does have an untechable grab, pretty fire. And he has rolling press, which is a good and a bad. Like, that's 4k damage. 4k damage, but let me show you the bad about rolling press. See, the bad thing about rolling press is that before the rolling press even happens, like, they can just sidestep, like right there, you're already out of end line. Second his hands reach in front of him, he's already out of end line. Like, he's already out of end line. He can just step out anytime he fucking wants. Which makes rolling press really bad, since your opponent can just sidestep and invalidate your entire rolling press, which means, you miss out on your damage and you're hella negative. For his skills, he has Super Paralyzing Beam, or Secret Paralyzing Beam, is high key mid. It's high key mid as shit. You're never using that, unfortunately. For Psychbot is much more fun or secondary skill, which is honestly pretty interesting. Pretty sure no one knows that it has a pretty unique buff. I should show off his perception. The character does have perception heavy finish, which does also lead into heavy crush. Fire animation, by the way. I love the knee to the gut. But make you a star for this character is not only just a heal, but it buffs up literally every stat in the game. You know, some people are like, oh yeah, this buffs up every stat, and they talk about fucking all-encompassing power by Goku. That Goku stat only buffs up all his attacks. He used to buff him with his defense, but now just his attack. This buff actually buffs up his speed, defense, attack, key recovery rate for the first 2 bars, and key boss damage. Which those are those 3 little ball things. Does not raise up his blast attack power though, but who fucking cares? This character, you should not be spamming supers with this character. He does only have 2 follow-ups, but who cares? He does decent damage. And you are able to do some dispo strategies sometimes, depends on how good you are with the button presses. But note that dispo can still do them better, since unfortunately the speed buff this character gets is only around about like 15% in game, while dispo is a 50, so it's way easier to do the dispo stuff than it is to do the Garlic Jr. stuff. But it does give Garlic Jr. some more fun stuff to combos. Of course, he does have a super def impact. It's a nice beam. Now it's time for his, arguably his best and worst super, Darkness Illusion. Keep in mind, the range I just showed you is its maximum range. This is not like Z-Broly's unmovable, like no backstep command grab. No. This has no fucking range. You know, you guys want to know something crazy about it? This move can still impact with other moves. Like, in this game, you have approximately like 4 characters that have the same kind of problem as Garlic. No, like 2 characters that have the same problem Garlic Jr. has. Goku Jr. has this as a super, and another character has this ultimate where it's even worse. And I'm talking about Broad 13. Or oh, he's just doing a super attack. What's the problem here? Like 2 supers colliding makes sense. I can perfectly understand how you want. I can understand how you see that, bro. I understand how you see that, but you know what makes it worse? You know what makes it worse? You're not just clashing with supers. You're also clashing with normal dragon dashes. I'm not sure how it was back in BT3 if you can just like this dragon dash to beat any rush super. But in this game, you see opponents do a rush super. This press forward R2 or forward L2X, and boom, that rush super is now invalidated if they do it right in front of you. Which is, I think, something no one really gets. So let's say like they catch you on a side step or a step in, then you can just do your fucking Dragon Dash input and boom, your shit is now, you just countered their entire thing. And that should not go for command grabs like Darkness Solution. That should be unspeed impactable. Also, this character does get Super Armor Sparking Mode. This Super Armor Sparking Mode kinda acts like a better form of False Courage. And of course, I did not talk about False Courage in depth last time I talked about Hercule, so the way False Courage works as like Sparking Mode Super Armor, here's the ultimate by the way. Just a nice little kaboom. A little quick, but like who cares? But the way False Courage works in Sparking Mode, the way like you character has Super Armor and Spark, is that no matter what DP tier your opponent is, they start to go through at least 3 hits of Sparking, like of Super Armor. If your opponent is 7 DP and up, then they have 3 hits to go through to break through your armor. And keep in mind, this can stack. So if you're Margin Vegeta, you can do your Sparking Mode and your False Courage knockoff. And for that select time span of the False Courage knockoff's timer, you now have like, if your opponent was 5 DP, where it takes all 5 hits to break through the armor. But like, Garlic Jr.'s ultimate is fun, it's unmovable, it's unblockable. So that's pretty cool. But the worst thing about his ultimate is that you're negative on doing it. You are magically negative on Garlic Jr.'s ultimate. The only thing that makes it safe is, I guess, your opponent's locked off, I guess. But for strategies for Garlic Jr., I generally recommend spamming Sparking Mode, knocking your opponent away when you get low. Here's your spot in the tier list. If you see Frieza there, he was meant to be a video, but I decided to cut him out. If you guys want to see him, let me know in the comment section below. His video is done, I just don't feel like posting it because it's way too long. Yeah, but with Garlic Jr., his main strategy is Sparking spam to do big damage and kind of spamming key advantage. You want to be sometimes up close to your opponent, but I generally recommend kind of sort of being close, not too close, but not too far away. But you can also just zone with this character, since, let's say for instance you get low and you have a whole lot of back combos, you can just very easily pop, knock away Makio Star. You're like, oh, are they trying to counter you? I'll let them. Of course, you can also do like a full charge heavy finish Makio Star or rolling press into Makio Star. There's endless possibilities to get to Makio Star, which is kind of like your win con. It's a buff that gives you, like, it really makes you a much more decent character, even if it doesn't knock back the opponent. Now look here, I'm getting my ass fucking handed by Hero Tech because this dude does not go outside. He doesn't take no showers. He's a fraud! I'm not saying to grab. I'd rather die to Stefan's way. I'm fucking with Hirotech. Hirotech is a really good player. He's really good. He definitely improved a lot. But to be fair, this is me after like a full like 3-week break. Every time you don't see me post on Sparking or on my channel, I'm taking a break from the game during that in-between time. Most of the time. Most of the time. Of course, with Garlic Jr. starting off as with 3 key bars, you are able to have a funner round start, since you can just push in a little bit more without caring about key advantage, since you have the advantage. Well, hopefully you have the advantage. Hope you're not going against a Majin Vegeta or, God forbid, an Android. God. That attack was just so beneath me. But since Garlic Jr. is a normal short dash type, he is able to ghost dash. I'll probably talk about a character that isn't a normal short dash type or a semi-speed type. But no, 2 ghost dash, easy weeds by the way. You need a character that can, Rainfire, that is a normal short dash type. But yeah. With Garlic Jr., don't get me wrong, he's not a bad character. He's just not the funnest character to talk. And that's why he's a group vid. Well, I guess like a dual release vid. Effectively, he's like the symbiotic twin of another video which I'm more interested in talking about, which is the Sparking Zero showcase of Nail. Yes, I did say Nail, and yes, Nail is special in this game somehow. Easy reads. Yeah. But I don't want to spoil the Nail vid. I also know you guys have been wondering, when is the next videos for the fucking Mission 100 shake gonna drop? I'm not gonna lie to you, when I find a way to beat Mission 12. I do stream my attempts of beating Mission 100 Hercule only on Twitch. Little plug real quick. Join the Twitch. I stream every weekend at exactly 4:30 p.m. EST. And it is just Sparking Zero most of the time. Sometimes I'll be playing lamer games. And yes, I popped a buff just to be cool. Don't hate on it because it's saucy. Hate on it because you're lame and didn't think about it, bro. But yeah. One thing, I'm not gonna lie to you. Since Garlic Jr. is a power type character, oh shit, that was a good grab. Since he is a power type character, I do recommend some hesitance on using your key, since you do key charge speed a little bit slower than most other characters, even if you're buffed for the first 2 bars. So get that all completely invalidated. So much value, my opponent can just revenge counter after that, by the way. So much value. I didn't catch that. Vanishing Soul. Look, man, I'm gonna Vanishing Soul you, bro. You're not safe. You're not safe. Yeah. Man, fuck you. What a bum. What a bum, guys. What a bum. What an easy one that. Easily. But with Garlic Jr., he does have some flaws as a character. Hence why I put him in such a... Somebody say I put him too low. Honestly, I think he fits perfectly well in the tier, since, let's be honest, as long as... Oh, by the way, guys, during this match, I was taking a piss. During this fight. This guy just went straight out hands on me as I was in the midst of recovering from pissing, by the way. I was in the bathroom. This guy, like, ooh, bro. Marvin did a 60, like, wait a minute before you attack your opponent rule, or like at least 10 seconds. That's what I do. Every time I see an AFK opponent, I like to wait like a whole... Like, I like to charge into Spark mode and dig it until like I finish charging into Spark mode twice. And once the second time happens, at the end of my second Spark mode, then I like do ultimates on them to kill them quick. And if they don't come back by the time my second Spark mode is done, then like that's like 30 seconds in. High key, man, I'm just saving you the time. But even with that massive disadvantage, I'm still putting in the bricks on this dude. He's lucky. Lucky. But yeah, with the buffs, some characters are getting easily stat inflated effortlessly. And they don't need to do jack shit, to make you a star. See, like Cartoon would go way up higher in the tier list if his make you a star was a little tiny bit more better. If you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to say make you a star is bad per se. It's not. But it's also not good. You know what I'm saying, guys? You're picking up what I'm putting down. I hope you guys are. Holy. Wow, going for an ultimate right there? What a dimwit. Easy counter. Takes its F impact! No damage. Holy shit, my character sucks. Sorry. I just like complaining about my terrible character. By the way, I hate that shit, Devs. I fucking hate that shit. He was... Ooh, bro. Ooh, Austin needs to rework. Austin needs to rework. This game sucks. That's it for the video, guys. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, bye.